Is violence a gendered issue?
No, never has been. That's the lie. And the lie is there because of the money. And there is a quote, and the quote is from Sandra Hawley, who took over the refuge from me, got rid of all my staff, closed my boys' house. She said, "We are not going to share the pod with men." And they haven't.
She is Dame Sandra Hawley now.
I mean, I know.
I've got a quote from Sandra Hawley. I want to read it to you, if that's okay. "Refuges for women are struggling to survive, and if we put across the idea that the men is as great as it is women, then it could seriously affect our funding." So why do refuges deny the existence of male victims of violence?
Money. She said it all.
What happens if they actually acknowledged?
They would have to share money with male refugees.
If we were to put this film in front of Sandra Hawley, what would you want to say to her?
You lied. You pretended that men could never be victims. You're guilty of allowing violent women to remain violent, and you called them victims. You gave them no chance to change. You did nothing about the violence of the children that you knew were violent. And any woman that became violent in any of your refuges, you evicted.
I hope you don't mind me being personal about it, but when we talk about Sandra Hawley and the fact that she ran your charity and your refuge, which you set up and was paid 6 figures, and I come here and I speak to you and I see the amazing work you've done, saving the lives of thousands of women and children. How does that make you feel that you're here and Sandra Hawley is Dame Sandra Hawley CBE?
You know, she's of the world. Of course they're going to give her gifts and rewards, aren't they? I mean, she did what she was told to do. She shut the door. She let women die. She had children taken away from the women and put into care.
There must be a sense of anger on your behalf.
No. She doesn't have anything I want. I have children, great-grandchildren, but 7 great-grandchildren. Which more does anybody want in this life?
And if your body was T and your ass was fat or you had a real small waist, I'm sure you would pop that all day long. Yeah. The thing is,
this is the type of friendship that you need right here. Some of these women act like they don't have any common sense.
We interrupt them to get the feeling of connection back. Hi, honey. Text. We call. We open the home office door. Hi, honey. Hi. If they even lift their head. And then we went to get connection, and our attempt to connect was rejected. And now I'm even less safe than I was before. He's mad at me?
No, he's mean.
Is he mad? He's mean, or is he mad at me? Or why didn't he look up? Was it because of what I said to him this morning? And we spin out. We spin out trying to figure out the why. But we don't come up with accurate answers because we answer our why questions with why a woman would have done that.
Wow. And that's where the drama, all the unnecessary drama comes in.
Yes.
Who sent this lady? Find me another woman who has a more beneficial message for us today than her. May she help to bring back the wisdom we lost that our grandparents once had. God bless.
Come with me, baby, to go get your man that game that he wanted, but you were too busy worried about what can a man do for you. But anyways, before I get there, I'm going to go ahead and get your man $2,000. So I had to head to the bank, okay? Now, as you can see, I'm about to head into GameStop. Super excited to go get your man that game, but I kind of got a little distracted looking at all those damn anime figurines in there. And then, can we get into how GameStop is basically turning into a plushie store? I mean, I got a little lost in there, and I got stuck at the anime tees. You know, I love me a good anime tee. But here's me at the cashier, getting your man that game, paying for that game, and walking out super excited, baby, because tonight, while you
seeing videos like this, man, I really do. You know, there's men out here who have it good, you know, and that's why I want this message to bring faith to men, man, to know that there's are good women out there, man. You know, there's women out there who are for you, who care about you, respect you, God-fearing women, man. You know, God-fearing women. Women who respect you, women who want to be in a marriage with you. Not the other way around, man. Don't want the status. Oh, I got a ring, you know, that type of thing, right? Women who are about you. you just gotta find them, man. You know, and never settle until you find that right one, man. You know, there's men out here just dealing with nothing but chaos, stress, and BS, and you don't have to do it, man. You don't have to stay in that kind of crap. You don't. What you do is you just don't settle. You know, and when you find that right one, you're gonna know, man, she's gonna take care of you. You know, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord.
Guys, listen. Sometimes you gotta give that woman right back to the type of man that she's used to. Because hear me clearly, not every woman is built for the version of you that's healing, growing, and elevating and becoming a better man. Some women are addicted to chaos. Unfortunately, that's just the truth. Some are only comfortable in dysfunction. Some only understand men they can control, manipulate, or emotionally drain, because that's what they're used to. So when you show up as a man with direction, a man who has standards, who has emotional clarity, and a man who embodies peace, it scares her. It confuses her. It honestly exposes everything in her that hasn't yet healed. And suddenly, you become the problem. You become too much, when really, you're just not the kind of man that she's used to. So listen, please hear me out. You are not responsible for shrinking yourself down so that she can feel comfortable. You are not obligated to dim your light to match her darkness. And you are not required to stay where your value is ignored or your presence is taken for granted. Sometimes the most powerful move that you can make is to step back, release that woman with grace, and let her return to what she understands. Because a woman who's not ready for a good man will always sabotage one.
Our own actions and how that's impacting our own lives. And I just wanted to create a space for it because, like, I just feel like people are demonizing Black men who don't have any experiences with Black men outside of a romantic context. You know what I'm saying? So I am a Black man advocate. I'm a Black man fan, and I'm not afraid to say it. Black man, I love you. I'm going to call out BS if I see it. This is affirmations for Black men where we, you know, hold each other accountable, where we have these conversations, where we try to get in a little bit deeper into the root of what's going on in our community. So if you liked it, follow us, let us know, and we'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Bye. They're gonna hate me for that. They're gonna hate me for that shit. Oh no. But sometimes they gotta hear it. Oh no.
Well, I think what society has done is, you know, painted men in a romantic image. Well, men are I mean, even if you're not in a relationship with the man, even if you friend zone the man, there is still a romantic side of a male-female relationship for a lot of these modern women. What does that look like? Well, you know, I know we're friends, but I still expect the man to hold the door for me because I'm still a lady. Well, we're friends. I wouldn't necessarily hold the door for my friend. And whenever I didn't, they wouldn't be upset about it. They would continue to talk. They would just make a joke about it and keep on. If I slam the door in their face, or I let the door slam in their face, then they'd be like, bro, what are you doing? But it's not an expectation as so much as that it is for you guys, for modern women. Oh, well, I expect him to open the door for me, open the car door, pay for the meal. You're not going to be paying for meals for men. You expect the man to do that, even though y'all are friends, and a lot of other things. Y'all will do, modern women will literally do everything up until the point of actually having intercourse. We can cuddle and we're just friends. We should be able to do that. We can hug and actually not even hug. He can hold me and nothing else happens after that. So it's all to the benefit of the woman, and the benefit of the man is, well, you get to hold me. You get to be around me. Yikes.
I didn't care to sell myself to you right now. Hello. I just feel like he could have dressed up more, but I feel like it kind of, you know, tell that you're more childlike.
Hello, I'm Jay.
You didn't come dressed to impress, so that kind of just tell me, I ain't feeling it. But you seem okay, so yeah. Welcome in. I was expecting more formal wear business, so I was not impressed.
My name is Sanel. I'm the owner and co-founder of the #1 tax office in Orlando, Florida.
Whose balloon are you going to end up popping?
Men are biologically wired to notice other women. It's instinct. It's not a moral failing. It's the same primal software that once helped men identify healthy partners and pass on genes. But instinct isn't identity. A man's character is what he chooses to do with that instinct. Even in a loving, committed relationship, a man's brain is built to scan, notice, and register beauty or fertility cues. It's automatic, like a reflex. It doesn't mean he doesn't love his partner, he's dissatisfied, he wants to cheat. It simply means he's human and his eyes work. A good man separates impulse from action. That's the difference between a boy and a man. Boys chase, men choose. A man's commitment is shown through his discipline, not indulging temptation, not entertaining other options, not feeding attention elsewhere, choosing loyalty every day. Temptation doesn't make him weak, giving into it does. Think of it like this. A lion notices every movement in the savannah. That doesn't mean he leaves his pride. Awareness is biological, loyalty is intentional. A man feels attraction everywhere. That's biology. But he directs his energy towards one woman. That's integrity. The strongest men are the ones who can stand in the presence of temptation, feel the instinct, and still say, I choose her every time.
The name is Mamdani. M-A-M-D-A-N-I. The name is Mamdani.
I think it's about time that the US really starts to invest in liberal women. I do. I think that we should sponsor an all expenses paid trip for these women to Afghanistan. This way, liberal women can experience firsthand what Sharia law and real oppression looks like. They can live like Afghan women who aren't allowed to show any part of their body or speak in public. Oh, and don't forget that if a man rapes a woman in Afghanistan, she could be facing charges because under the Zina Code and Sharia law, she's now viewed as having committed adultery.
Sharia law starts now. Absolutely. Islamic Caliphate of New York starts today, baby.
If we sent these liberal women to Afghanistan, I think we'd see a really great return on investment, you guys. I say we send them because when these liberal women come back, assuming they make it back, they would be so grateful for the freedom that they have in this country, and they would stop pushing this idiotic ideology that Sharia law is actually a good idea. At least one would think.
Unpopular opinion. You cannot lead a woman who is not ready to be led. And guess what? Not all women are ready to be led. I don't care how much time, energy, and effort you put into her. I don't care how much you try to convince her to let you lead. If she's not ready to be led, you won't be leading. If that woman thinks that guidance is a form of control, she's not ready to be led. If that woman rejects criticism, even though it's constructive, she's not ready to be led. If she thinks that compromise is a form of losing, she's not ready to be led. If she does not understand that your correction is for her protection, she's not ready to be led. If that woman is not willing to grow and or evolve in any way, shape, or form, she is not ready to be led. If she ignores direction, she's not ready to be led. And you can't force somebody to take a path that they did not choose. And she has not chosen that path. And if she's not moving in alignment with you, then you're moving by yourself anyway. Stop trying to convince somebody to allow you to lead whenever they're just not ready to be led.
You know what I never understood about women who go to the gym and try to expose the gym creeps? All you that really be going to the gym who got these fat asses, y'all be wearing these little to nothing spandex ass clothes. You wear everything to reveal your moose knuckle. You got on them tight ass shorts with the seam up the ass to make the shorts tighter and make your ass more defined. And then y'all be mad that men be looking. What do y'all think they gonna do? They're not gay. They like ass. I'm just trying to figure out where does it register in y'all brain that y'all be asking for this. You literally walk outside in little to nothing. And you wonder why people are looking at your ass or trying to record on the slick and all that little extra. Stop going outside presenting as at the gym. And I'm saying it like that because it needs to be said like that. If you have a real man that you respect, you shouldn't be dressing like that. If you respect yourself, you should not be dressing like that. Or else you're going to get unsolicited attention that you don't want. Some men actually be uncomfortable that you come outside like that because they don't want to be deemed as the who's just being a natural man who likes ass and natural women. And then they're looking, now they're being deemed as insecure or a creep or a pervert. You're the perv. You be the predators going to the gym like that. And I said what I said. I don't give a how thick I am. Let me tell y'all something. When I'm at the gym, I'm there for one purpose, to work them out and stay healthy. I'm not here to be at a fashion show. I'm not here to be like the Joneses and be looked at and be all dressed nice. I will wear some sweatpants and that. You're not going to look at me, sir. And in the off chance I do feel like I want to wear something or I'm going to get stared at, they have rooms that are isolated away from all the men. And in the off chance a man do come in there trying to look at me, I'm going to trip them out. Already have. All I'm saying is you got to do better. Because it's not the man's fault that you came out here dressed like a... It's your fault. And what do men do? They look at them. They look. They're going to look. And if a man don't look, I'm going to think something is wrong with him. However, stop complaining about that you're literally putting yourself in position to ask for. I don't give a how y'all feel. I said what I said.
These modern women really don't see long term. Like there are no consequences of their actions. They really don't see them. Well, you're not supposed to be doing that. Maybe you're not supposed to be dressed that way either. But let's talk about what the men are doing wrong. Let's talk about how the men are being creepy and pervert and all that stuff. Ma'am, you have shorts up your behind. It's like a car wreck. Most people will stare. And if you're honest, there are women that continue to say, oh man, I ain't no better than a man. I'm going to stare. I know. And y'all take that as a compliment, even though she's creeping on you and she's recording you too.
What are you for Halloween? What's your costume?
Night, I guess.
Night?
Yeah, a night.
Usually nights cover more of their body.
Well, why not be a slut for Halloween? It's the opportunity.
Really?
What's wrong with that? Yeah.
What's wrong with being a slut?
Yeah, seriously.
Maybe wanting to find a husband and start a family one day.
I don't give a about that.
You don't?
No, the right husband won't give up if I was a knight for Halloween.
Well, you're not a knight.
I am a knight.
No.
Yeah.
You're just a girl wearing some black clothes that don't cover anything.
And what's wrong with that? There's girls out here that are dressed
way worse
than I am.
So you want to just attribute to the problem?
I know you. You're on TikTok, yeah. I see you rage baiting girls all...
Oh, it's not rage bait. It's what I truly believe. Because there's a lot of men that struggle with lust, and there's a lot of women that attribute to that problem. And you as a young woman are not representing your mother well or your father.
I'm sorry, I'm in college. I'm not going to find my husband in college.
Oh, so it's okay to just be a slut because you're not going to find your husband in college?
That logic doesn't make any sense. Do you hear yourself thinking?
I do hear myself. I'm literally just going along with what you're saying and responding.
You think this is slut?
I think this costume is slut. Hey guys, would this costume be slutty, yes or no?
Yes. None of you are free thinkers.
For some reason, girls find it. I don't know why they think this, but they think that if you dress more, if they dress more provocatively, they're gonna get more male attention. But the reality is, 95% of guys, or at least 100% of the actual respectable guys, don't want anything to do with that. So if girls actually want to start getting a good guy, stop dressing like a bomb.
I think it's disgusting that you guys do this.
That we call out women for terrible morals?
No. You have your whole boy group, clique, posse, whatever you want to call it.
These are random guys. I've never met them in my life.
No.
They all agree that you're dressed slut.
True. You're a piece of it.
I am?
You know that. I hope you know one day a girl's going to clock your head.
A girl can't do anything to me.
Yeah, she can.
No, she can't.
I guarantee you that's a fake ass chain, too.
It is fake.
I guarantee you it is.
But I'm not dressed like a slut, though.
You're a piece of shit.
How do you feel about your significant other having a friend like that?
If my significant other has a male best friend, then she's not my significant other.
Gotcha.
It doesn't make no sense. Because when I step into a relationship with a woman, she no longer needs him. Anything that she needs from a man, she can get from me. You need somebody to move the couch, okay, call me. If you need, $200 to the first, okay, call me. If you need your tire changed, okay, call me. There is no purpose for this other man the moment that I step in. The moment that a real man steps in a woman's life, she doesn't have to outsource any of the man jobs.
Keyword real.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't be anybody unless they're a real man, I would imagine. Ladies, y'all out here faking it? Plastic men?
They like glass.
Well, women got to understand the difference between him and them or whatever. A lot of women can't tell the difference between a man that is a man and a him and a them, and then they get them confused or whatever. So yeah, I don't think that my significant other wouldn't even want or need a male friend. What is he supposed to be? What is he supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? We both can't open her door.
Okay,
we both can't pay for her food.
So what
we
if
both can't get her nails
for over 10 plus years?
What about it?
You take that away?
We invite him to the wedding.
That's it? In the wedding?
Yeah, you can definitely be in the wedding.
What about if he say you my brother now?
By blood?
Not by blood.
Then no. What purpose does he serve?
I mean, he's been around this lady for 10 plus years.
Okay, so what are they doing?
They're friends, that's it.
What does their friendship consist of? It doesn't make sense. I'm alert. interesting people to come on my podcast. I need some interesting people to come on my show. You got a story to tell. You got a product to promote. You got an album releasing or a single. Hey, man, come on the Ugly Money Podcast. One of the biggest podcast platforms in the Southeast. It's bigger than radio. I do more views than TV. You definitely want to tap in. Just DM me the word interview. Pound sign interview. Don't come broke. No, you know what I'm saying? Let's go viral. It's like this clip right here that you just seen. Yeah. See? It could have been you. He was playing. He about a 3.5 a mid. Capping like his gas. Dumbass.
If a man pays child support, is he obligated to do anything outside of that? If a man goes to court and he is on child support and it says he gets this child every other weekend from Saturday to Sunday, or maybe Friday to Sunday, I don't know, right? Is he obligated to still help that mom out if she falls on hard times? Like, let's say she's like, hey, look, you're paying me $600 a month in child support, but like this utility bill was like $300 and something. Like, I got 2 of your kids or whatever the case may be. Like, hey, we're about to get evicted. Like, you know, I need your help financially. Is he obligated? I mean, morally probably, but realistically, is he obligated to help her out? I mean, what if he's like, oh, can I take the kids? And she says no. And then now your kids are in a shelter, they're at family members' houses, you don't know where your kid's going. And so that is a question that I've always wondered. Like, do they still buy Christmas gifts? Do they buy school clothes? Like, if a man is on child support and his obligations is $600 a month and he gets that kid every other weekend, what other obligations is he entitled to?
Please drop your answer down below, especially if you're a dad. Now, a lot of people are not going to like the answer of no, that dad is not obligated to pay more than the $600. But I will say, even though he's not obligated to pay more than that $600, a lot of good dads will still pay more than that $600. So if there's a field trip or extracurricular activities, things that need to be paid for, you know, whether the kid's like, I want a PS5 and you realize mom can't afford it, you're going to do it. You're going to do it. Like, it's for the child. But you're not obligated to do it. But if you're a good dad, you're going to make it happen. And that's my personal opinion. I mean, if it insults you, that's too bad. But if you are a good dad, you're going to make it happen. Now, if mom's coming to you talking about paying her utilities and all that, yes, naturally, we're going to be like, hey, send the kids to us. And if she refuses to send the kid to dad in a situation where she's struggling and goes to a shelter, then we need to start looking at, I wouldn't even call them single moms because they're co-parenting. We need to start looking at moms in a negative light and saying, hey, why won't you send those kids to their dad? The dad is in a better situation. Send them to dad, get back on your feet, and, you know, maybe consider sharing custody with dad equal time instead of having a lion's share of the time because you were struggling before.
You don't pick a project woman. You pick a woman that's fully assembled. Picking a project woman means you got to stop what you're doing and put the pieces together. And putting the pieces together, she will never thank you for putting the pieces together. She will resent you for remembering her when she was broken. Oh,
all right. Female rappers with no makeup challenge. I'll tell you, I only know a couple of faces on here. All of these queens are beautiful in their own right. I want to say that. One, Nicki Minaj. That's her. That's her right there. Love Nicki Minaj. That's her. Meg Thee Stallion, always attractive, you know. I'm not familiar with this queen right here. That's number 3. Is that Sukihana before the tattoos? I don't know. Sexy Red right there. Sexy Red. All right. Respect. Not familiar with these 2 queens. Y'all can tell me in the comments. I know this is Ice Spice. That's a wild shot that they took that picture of. That's a wild shot. But that's got to be Ice Spice. You know what I mean? Yeah. Glorilla. Glorilla looked the same with or without makeup. Beautiful young lady. Always talented. She got some heat on the airwaves. You understand? A lot of her songs are crazy. I got a lot of them downloaded. And then you got Cardi B over here, man. Shout out to Cardi B. Love her without the makeup. Beautiful lips. Beautiful hair. Can you say beautiful lips on the internet? That came out weird. I probably shouldn't have said that. Anyway. All these queens beautiful in their own right. Nothing but love and respect to all of them. What are you guys' thoughts on the pictures? I don't see any mud ducks, man. You know, beautiful ladies. That's such an interesting picture with Ice Spice. It's an interesting picture. Anyway, yeah, you know what it is? Her hair is straightened. That's what it is. Her hair is straightened, so it threw me off. But yeah, these are These are solid pictures. I love when women don't wear makeup. It's your choice whether you want to wear it or not. I completely understand. Nobody's trying to mansplain. Nobody's trying to tell you what to do. Men can't comment on things that we see. I understand. We got eyes for no reason. Anyway, but I love when you guys wear your face, and if you enhance it, you look beautiful as well. But this is dope. This movement is fire. But yeah, if y'all could help me, who are the people that I missed?
Companionship is important. It is beautiful and it is desirable. And the problem modern men are having is that companionship is changing. The equation is not the same as it used to be. They used to get a lot more for a lot less because they were operating in a depraved and oppressive system like slavery. And now, just like the former plantation owners had to do, they have to actually learn to create value on their own merit in order to obtain quality companionship. And the stark reality is that a lot of them just don't.
Did this bitch just compare husbands to slave owners? Did yet another Caucasian desperately need so many more victim cards that she compared consensually agreeing to marry someone to being a slave? Jesus Christ.
Well, really, honestly and truly, anytime you put accountability, responsibility into play, then this is what you're going to get. I mean, honestly, I don't know why we sit up here and act like this is such out of left field commentary from these modern women. A kid would act this way. You know, when you have a teenager, I'm guilty of doing it myself. The parents are the worst. Like, they're the worst people on earth. And you sit up there and you clown with them and you act like they're wrong and you don't even know how stupid you sound. I've had to go back and apologize to my dad multiple times over the years. When I was 14, 15, 16, I was saying a lot of stupid stuff. A lot. I don't know how he did it. I have no idea. And this is what modern women are like. This is what they like. They say a lot of stupid stuff, except they're older, but they still think like a child. And when people try to hold them accountable and say, no, it's not going to go that way, they just keep on saying stupid stuff. And unfortunately, not all of them will do this, but unfortunately, some of them do come back. And I say unfortunately because you could have learned your lesson earlier. Some of them come back and they're like, oh man, I wish I would have done this. I wish I'd have done that differently, X, Y, and Z. Now I regret what I did.
There's an exercise that I do a lot in therapy that I use within my own marriage. This exercise does not feel human because we as humans have been taught, hey, just talk, listen to respond, say what you feel, make sure that I'm heard. It's very selfish how we're taught to understand and function in human conversations. But the power of active listening is something that will feel foreign at first because it's something that we don't do, but it fundamentally changes how we see each other and communicate in marriage. If I gave you permission to step into my brain for a moment and you went with me without just listening to respond, it would change the game. Levels the playing field because I know that we're giving each other turns to speak. But there's also a part where to understand that when I ask for validation for what I'm saying to you, it's not coming from a space of I'm wanting you to agree with me. It's I want you to hear what I'm saying and allow me to have my truth, even if it looks different than yours. Validation is beyond acknowledgement. It's saying, okay, I hear you, and I see you, and I understand you.
I hate when I tell a man that I like being slapped or spit on or whatever, and they be like, I don't know if I could do that. You're too pretty. Bitch, I didn't ask you how I look. I told you that I like to be disrespected in the bedroom. Like, I don't understand what don't you understand. Like, I know I'm pretty, but I'm also horny and I have needs. So do what I said.
You all right? Blink twice if so. Twice. Blink. Nope. You don't have to clean your ears out. You heard it loud and clear. You heard it loud and clear. On a Sunday. Good God Almighty.
I'm gonna be honest, when you sit back and look at it, a lot of our fathers didn't just walk away. Because they ain't love their kids, they walked away because they realized too late that the woman didn't love them, not the man, not the mind, not the heart, just the benefits that came with them. and the alternative benefits after the child is born. Housing, food stamps, cash assistance, government, survival mode. And when a man figures that out, where he realized he wasn't a partner, he was a program, that type of hurt breaks something inside of him. Because he thought he was valued, thought he was building a family, thought he was chosen, then boom, the truth hits. He was being used as an application, not a man. Damn. So even when he tries to show up for his child, he's walking into a battlefield. Because mom don't really want the cooperation. She just want the benefits of motherhood, not the responsibility of partnership. She loved the baby showers, the attention, the praise, the sympathy, the strong mama image the world's hand her, not the part where she got to sit with a man and actually respect him. And so dads pull back, not because he didn't care, but because every time he steps into the picture, the manipulation steps in too. And the saddest part, the psychology behind it is the same as dudes coming home from jail and end up going right back as a dopamine of dysfunction. The subconscious is holding on to patterns even when the conscious mind know better. They know the cycle is killing them. They know it's wrong. They know it ain't love, it ain't growth, it ain't stability. But a lot of people won't speak it, won't admit it, won't confront it, because trauma have a way of rewarding pain instead of peace. And we're living in a world where broken systems feel more familiar than healthy ones, sad but real. And it's the reality too many men silently live through.
There we go. Whoa. That guy. Kiwi, stop it. Oh my God, quit it.
That's a bold bird.
I'm so sorry. He picked that up from TV.
Sure he did.
Ignore him. Come on.
It hurt when you know one of your main women is getting beat up. It hurt. It can make you want to drive off a cliff. I am so blessed by God that I got too many bitches to die over one. I am so blessed.
Okay, gang, we gotta have a little meeting about this one. Okay, so this little boy told his mom that he wanted to marry her. Our kids always ask for a lot of stuff, right? They ask for a second bowl of ice cream. They ask if they can have a unicorn. Well, mom decides to make this one happen. So she had a wedding for her and her son. As we see here. Now, to be fair, the language is, do you take her to be your lawfully wedded mommy forever? Do you take him to be your lawfully wedded son forever? So it's not like necessarily incestuous, you know? But like, this is one of those no one told you you had broccoli in your teeth situations. Like, no one warned you that like there's a certain kind of boy mom, one of those boy moms that you're gonna really look like if you go through with this idea? Or do you think those exact boy moms made it impossible for regular ass moms to just show their kids some love in a kind of extra but non-harmful way? Would I do this? Yeah, probably not. But also, like, what's the worst thing that's gonna come from this? Oh, is he gonna be embarrassed by it later? Doesn't matter. There's always gonna be something your parents can embarrass you with later. Or do you think that this is harmful? Do you think that maybe the whole reason he even asked for this is because mom is already on a war path to make him a son husband? A son husband relationship is when a mother encourages her child to take on the practical and emotional roles that a husband typically would. This type of enmeshment with his mother can oftentimes lead men to have more difficulty in future relationships and a harder time setting boundaries. But maybe it's not like this, it was just the kid's idea. It's not that deep. But what do you guys think? Would you marry your mom? Would you marry your kids? Okay, that sounds so weird. I think I have my answer.
Yeah, I don't know. I can understand it. If she would have been dead serious about this, like it's you know, sometimes, you know, kids want to play in mom and dad stuff, want to wear your shoes, want to wear your clothes, want to wear your cologne or your perfume. I don't know if she made it super weird just looking at it here. It's clearly a joke. I don't know. It's clearly a joke. I do see where you're coming from, Lauren. I don't know. I don't get a weird vibe is what I'm trying to say. So I lean on the side of this being okay. Now, some people might find it a little bit weird that, you know, maybe the kissing, I guess, or something like that. But I don't know, man. Just as long as you're not being weird. Because some of these women are actually out here being like criminal-like.
I can't speak for all women.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, I cannot date a man with a 9 to 5. I'm just not gonna do it.
Okay. Be honest. Say what you can. You've been telling me.
I provide very well for me and my family, and I'm always looking to grow in every way, spiritually.
Cooked. Sometimes you don't gotta say a lot. Just say a little bit. Cooked.
The first thing is I started to treat myself well. At every level I was at, I did not wait. And I did not necessarily wait to treat myself well. Yeah, even when you're making minimum wages, get an extra topping on your pizza, get extra cheese. The little things, guys, matter so much. That's why I talk about the 3 F's, frames, fragrance, and footwear. I just grabbed these 2 right here. Roja Dove Elysium. Costs more than the average fragrance, but when you wear it, you'll know where your money went. And this one right here, Molecular One, probably my favorite fragrance on the planet. But when I wear it, I feel incredible. This is me treating myself well. This is me treating myself like I matter. Wearing this, wearing that. It comes to the frame game, putting a little bit more money into the quality of my frames.
A lot of these females just want to reap the benefits of a good man. They do not want to fulfill the expectations of one. They like him until it's time to respect his boundaries. Now he's sassy. They want him until it's time to live up to his standard. Now he asking for too much.
Pay attention to this video.
And I just feel like love is just not enough. I feel like I'm here and he's here. Okay. And it's like I've been waiting for him and to bring him here, but it's like, how long do you wait?
Let me ask you this. Before y'all clap, hold on. Because y'all know that's the problem with Instagram, right? You post something online, and because we live in an echo chamber, there's enough people in the world that will clap and agree with me, even though I have blind spots. So because we get validation, sometimes it's hard for us to recognize where maybe we could have made a better decision. Because in three years is a significant length of a relationship. When you have been single for a long time or you have been love deprived for a while, when you get into a new relationship, the love feels so good. The dopamine, the adrenaline, all of the oxytocin going off in my body, it feels so good. And typically, the hormonal effect that we get from our partners, our new partners, only lasts for about 2 years. So year 3 is where you hear, it's just not the same. He ain't changed. What changed was I'm no longer getting my dopamine hit off of your newness. So now I am annoyed by your immaturity. It's always been present. And you're angry at him for it, but I want you to look in the mirror. We owe ourselves an apology. We owe him an apology. Because I was using you as a dopamine hit. Because now that I no longer have the hormones making decisions for me and keeping me in this, I feel I'm in love, right? Now at year 3, I have to ask myself, do I choose to love him? And you're realizing that I don't choose to.
Problem is that most men aren't thinking far ahead. Most men say, hey, we need family photos. They don't think about, hey, we need family photos. What are all the steps that I have to take in order to get family photos? And then it ends up leaving such a burden on their wives because men say, let's get pictures taken. And that's it. And they say, okay, tell me when to be there and get these pictures taken. And women are going, okay, great. Now I have to find a photographer. Where's the best place to find a photographer? I'm probably going to ask in some local Facebook groups. Then I'm going to reach out.
Well, you don't have to do that because, you know, you can just go on Thumbtack and they have photographers there. Actually, for my wedding, that's exactly what I did. I went on Thumbtack. I think it might have been maybe like a week or 2. We actually needed a really good photographer and I got on Thumbtack for maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. We paid about $800. Nice guy. Really upstanding guy, really responsive. Threw our photos on a Google Drive and we just downloaded them, put it in black and white for us. If we had wanted videography, we could have done that too, but pictures were great. He had a great body of work, really, really good photos, yeah, you just go on Thumbtack or whatever. You don't have to go on these Facebook groups to do it. And you can read the reviews, and these are vetted professionals. So problem solved there.
To these photographers. Then I'm going to try to find a time between all these photographers that I've reached out to see who has availability on a scheduled date that works within my family's schedule. And
once again, Thumbtack can do all of that. They'll tell you, and you just send out multiple bids at one time, and you can put in, well, this is the time that we have available. This is the time that's good for my family, and all of that work you could have done previously, right? Even before reaching out to the photographer, you get all of their stuff ready to go. Honestly and truly, Thumbtack it's so on demand, or something like Thumbtack is so on demand that you can say, okay, I've got the haircut, all of that stuff, and now we just need a photographer who's available. There's so much technology that can assist you with your everyday needs. You're stressing over nothing right now. I get where you're coming from. I really do. And I really do hesitate to say you're stressing over nothing, because I don't want to invalidate your feelings. But
then I have to try to align with their schedule. And then we have to try to find a weather-related day that works well, a place where we can take them. It's probably going to be outdoors. How am I going to coordinate everybody's clothing? How am I going to get the...
Well, we already answered the clothing and all that stuff. But because they're professionals, you could say, do you have any ideas or good locations around the city where you've usually shot? And, could you suggest something for a family of 4? And because they're professionals, they probably know a couple of spots in town or around town, slightly out of town, somewhere in the forest. It's a great place by where I stay at. There's family there around a certain time. There's families in there all the time. They just walk in there with a random photographer and a camera to just start taking photos. Just start taking photos because it's picturesque. And my parents' neighborhood, we've got like a little gazebo, and it's got a golf course in there. You can go on a golf course. You can stand in front of the golf course. They have this picturesque bridge that you go into the neighborhood. People stand in front of that. Find a photographer. And in today's society, iPhones and Androids are so technologically advanced that you can literally take a photo on your camera, for your phone, and get those digitally printed out. Put them in your clock. Put them on your refrigerator. Literally, I had a friend for Christmas one time. If you had to really look hard to know that she took the photos herself, and then it was in their house, because the way she set the camera up, the way they were sitting with the dogs, it looked good. And they put it on a Christmas card, printed it out, and sent it out to all of their friends.
Kids, their haircuts, and then how are we actually going to print these out? Because we don't want to just stare at these digitally on our phones. That's great and all, but we probably want to get these printed out, or we might want to use them for Christmas cards. So then it's okay, well, where am I going to get these photos printed? What's the best place? How much is it going to cost? Are they going to need frames? If I'm doing this to send out Christmas cards, do I have all the lists of the people that I'm going to send these Christmas cards out to?
And I really hate to toot my own horn here. There's plenty. Google offers a service for uploading your photos and printing them out digitally and sending you prints of those. Like I said, you can get them printed out and put on a Christmas card. I think Vistaprint actually does something like that as well. I know we've used it a time or two for church stuff. So there's resources. And if you don't know where to start, ChatGPT. Well, I don't have a subscription to ChatGPT. Fantastic. You don't need one. Microsoft, I think, has Bing, or I think Copilot. You might have to pay for Copilot. I don't know. Google has Gemini, but they also have AI mode to where you can search, and they'll give you, hey, here's a list of people that do these types of things. I mean, once again, I really do hate to invalidate your feelings, but this is non-issue. Number one. Number two, like I said, green envelope. We use that for our wedding. You really need a number. You don't really need an address nowadays. A number. You can text them. Here's what the photo looks like. You can send an email to them, and you can track who has it. There's plenty of services like that. You can do it for baby showers, weddings, this sort of thing. But really, honestly and truly, I hate to say it again, but this so far is a non-issue.
Have I done it in time? Will they be here in time? And then I have to sit down and I have to handwrite everybody's addresses out. Men only think about the end result of something. They don't.
Once again, digital is it's immediate. So we don't even have to look at timelines. It's immediate.
Don't think about all the steps in between, and that is often where the heaviest work lies, and it typically ends up on the plate of their wives.
And once again, to kind of wrap this up, you did more work than you probably should have, to be honest with you. That's number one. Number two, you guys, y'all really do try to pad your stats. You really do. And for no reason, honestly. To try to say that you're more superior than men is really what this is getting at. You're not. A man, y'all are so bogged down in the details. There was a woman in the comments that said something to the effect of she wanted to have a birthday party. And her husband was just like, why don't you just rent a place and then just send out the invites? And she was like, there still has to be planning and this, and this that goes into that. And I thought about it for maybe a few seconds. I was like, no, he's got a point. He's right. If you rent out a space, say for instance, Chuck E. Cheese, maybe not Dave & Buster's. Well, maybe, yeah, Dave & Buster's. If your kid is, mature enough or old enough or whatever it is. We have a main event in where I stay at. You can go to main event. We have arcade centers where you play arcades. You can do bowling. They have food there, go-karts. If they're old enough to ride the go-karts, they have the kiddie go-karts as well. So you can get in there. If you have babies, mom or dad can get in there with the kids and they go around the track so the kids can feel like they're having fun. You have mini golf. It's all in the same place. So yeah, you can literally say, hey, Colton is having his birthday party here, and get there, order a couple of pizzas, a couple of pitchers of soda or juice or water or whatever you want the kids to have, or you can bring your own juice. All you really have to do is walk into a grocery store and pick up a cake. Well, my son don't want that kind of cake. It's easy. Hey, my son is looking for a birthday cake for about, let's say 25 people. How much would that cost? And what would you recommend? Some of these people they've baked before. They're just working for a big store, but they actually do know how to bake. If they wanted to, if they didn't want all of the overhead cost, they could, or if they didn't mind about being a business owner and all the overhead costs, they could start their own business. They could, but they don't. They say, I'd just rather work for a big company, a big store, and just bake cakes there. They can do the designs. Hey, have you looked at the designs online? Hey, pull up a PDF and let me know. Okay, and it'll be ready at this time. Just give us 24 hours. So literally you can do this the week up, to be honest. And y'all sit up there in the comments as ignorant as you sound, not knowing truly how ignorant you sound. All of this could have been done within the span of 2 or 3 days. It's so much mental load. It's not. It's not. Y'all just need to take time to think and understand that y'all are not the only ones that know how to do stuff. Sit down and be quiet.